Right.
Well, hey, everybody. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Welcome back to the Buddies on Buddy show, the show with two real life buddies talking about buddy action comedy movies. I'm Kenny Lane.
I'm Lucas Hill.
And this is the Buddies on Buddies holiday episode. Yeah. Woo! Woo.
Oh,
Yeah.
how the hell are you, Kenny?
I'm doing wonderful. I love the holidays. I get the holiday spirit running right up my ass, I guess.
Okay. Well, that takes a lot of the joy out of it.
Are you doing anything fun for the holidays this year?
I am going to Oregon this year.
Hey, Oregon, my home state of Oregon. Awesome.
I'm going up to your home state of Oregon. I'm going to see how the back hills people live. You know, I'm going to buy a gun, drink some alcohol, play golf.
Well, I wouldn't know. I moved out of that shit a long time ago. Now I live in Washington State, which is completely fucking different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to go to bars with peanut shells on the ground, and
you're gonna go to bars, unlike when you do in LA. Yeah.
You can't afford.
Yeah.
Are you nuts? No, we don't go to bars in LA. That's insane.
No.
Are we millionaires?
Yeah.
No.
Did you do anything fun this last? How you been? It's been a while. It's been like a month.
Things have been good. We had Thanksgiving in Mexico. How was your Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was fine. Went up to mom's. My sister's family came up. You know, she made a big turkey meal and stuff. It was good. Played disc golf with my brother-in-law. He's a huge disc golf enthusiast. Mm-hmm. Now we put on the golf course I work at. They just installed a bunch of disc golf stuff, so you can do both, which is actually kind of a controversial move. We've been getting a lot of flack from the old, member golfers there for putting baskets around, and also the disc golfers are pissed off because we're charging $10 to play 18 buckets. So.
Wow, drama in Long Beach, Washington, huh?
There's a lot of drama going on the golf course the past week or two. This last week.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just picturing the opening credits of a Dallas type show, but it's your golf course along.
Just the golf course. Yeah, it's not a crazy, big golf course or anything, but we had a little incident this last week. Some people were playing. They came in. They said, "Hey, I think there's a dead animal in this pond back here off the 8th hole or whatever." And I said, "Let me go check it out." I went and looked, and it was right in the middle of this fucking kind of 30-foot pond or whatever, and something was floating there. I was like, "Oh, that's a bear." So I had to call, fishing game, and they came out. He was like, "Yep, that's a bear," and he was like walked away. I was like, "Oh, hey, are you gonna get it out of there?" He was like, "No, it's on private property. That's your job." So I said, "Oh, fucking great." And so that pond's probably 5-6 feet deep. The mud is fucking, terrible. The bear has been probably in there for a week or two, just because we haven't had that many golfers out because it's been so rain during the winter time. So we had to figure out how the fuck we're going to get it out of there. And the other day we had me and a couple other guys. One guy rowed out in a kayak and roped, some rope around the bear's paw, and then we just pulled it, to shore, then put it in a tarp, and then just put it in a hole, kind of buried it. And it was a little disturbing because I've been around dead deer and stuff, but I've never been around a dead bear, and how it flops around and moves. It's probably the closest I've ever come to, burying a dead body. So.
How much do you guys make an hour?
Not enough. I don't think, but it's interesting day at work, I guess.
Yeah, I guess you could. At least you don't have to hack it up and bury it in different places,
No, it was bad. I mean, it'd probably been there like a week or more in the middle of a pond, so it smelled pretty gnarly. So.
Well, fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine. Yeah, we went to Mexico and just had a nice, lovely little Thanksgiving. A lot of driving. The older I get, the less I like long drives.
Yeah.
That's how interesting mine was. No.
Well, I've been going to Mexico for Thanksgiving is not interesting. I think I've been to Thanksgiving in Mexico with your family before, once or twice.
Yeah, I imagine you have. Yeah, but that was when we lived in Phoenix, so it was a quick jaunt down there.
Yeah, they got a great place down there.
Yeah, it's fun. It's nice. But yeah, it's uneventful. Got a PS5, and then it shit the bed, so now I have to send it back in.
It shit the bed already? How much was that thing?
It was like around 600 after tax and all that shit, you know? Yeah. So
Mhm.
that's fun.
Now, some people that video games are kind of a lame hobby for adults. What do you have to say about that, Lucas?
I think some people should mind their own fucking business. You also there's reading, there's movies,
Uh
there's
huh.
video games, you know, as far as
Hmm.
passive hobbies you can do. So
Yeah.
take one of those out, or to say one stupid like comic books aren't reading, or to say anime
You,
is not
you
watching.
you acquire like reading a novel to like playing a video game,
Yeah, it can be. I mean,
or you compare them, I guess.
entertainment. You know, I'm not saying that Battletoads is the same
The
as
same
reading
as
War and
Great
Peace. That's
Expectations or Les
stupid.
Miserables.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just dumb, you know. But as far
Hmm.
as passive entertainment, it is absolutely one of the big three. You know, like, you don't have to go to art house. You could, it's high entertainment, but
Yeah. Well, when you're like but you're a 40-year-old man sitting there pretending to be Spider-Man, like, what do you think about that?
pretending to be Spider-Man. I'm not like going, I'm Peter Parker, get away from her. I'll save you, Mary Jane Watson.
You kind of are.
No, you're not. That's the dumbest argument I've heard. You're literally playing a mechanic to the video game and it's skill based. Just like,
Okay.
did you ever play pinball?
Have I ever played pinball? Oh yeah.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
pretend I'm not like kind of living vicariously through the ball or thinking I'm the ball or anything.
exactly. I'm not vicariously living through my little Spider-Man running around the thing or anything like that.
Okay.
I'm not done going, oh, I gotta go back and be Spider-Man. I'm Spider-Man. Just
Yeah.
like you don't get done playing pinball going, I'm the ball, I'm the silver ball. It doesn't make any sense. Your argument's for
Well,
stupid people who don't understand.
my argument. I just said some people. I didn't say it was my argument.
Yeah.
But one person did come into the golf course the other day. I was like, or there was like, oh, do you want to buy anything? Like, no, I play video games. That's my golf. And I did that was comparable at all. I think most people that golf get out maybe once a week. Only people that play every day are retired guys. You have to be outside, you're actually
What
doing
do you
something.
give a shit?
Gamers
What
play
are
games
these
for.
rules you're making up for the world based on your personal perspective? What the fuck are you talking about? Who cares?
I'll get a little defensive there, Lucas. What's supposed to be up with you?
Like,
Don't make fun of my video games. Don't make fun of my video games. I'm a 40-year-old man.
like, I don't know, a grown man watching cartoons. No thanks. I don't think you should cry. You should be able to
When do I watch cartoons?
beer out of the pond with your bare hands. That's all I'm saying.
You're the one that watches fucking anime shit for 13-year-old stoners. I don't watch fucking cartoons.
I don't even watch
or play video games. Anyway, hey, what'd you see this week?
Hey Kenny, who's the best person I've ever met at Guitar Hero?
Oh gosh, Press, my old friend. I would play that. I would play that shit. That's for losers.
You were by far the most insane person in Guitar Hero I've ever met. Now all of a sudden you're like, that's for dorks and losers and stuff.
Well, I was in my mid-20s too. I'm about fucking 40 now. Anyway.
A lot of good that's done. Yeah, now you're solving all the world's problems.
Exactly. I'm not fucking dicking around on fucking video games pretending I'm fucking Spider-Man.
I'm making $12 an hour dealing with carcasses of alpha predators, all right?
Hey, a little more than that. I got a raise again after I got rid of the bear. Yeah.
I rewatched Avatar.
And how much do you make on your, what do you do again?
Well, it depends on how much I'm freelance. So it just depends on how much I work, but not enough. Not enough, kiddo.
Not enough.
But
Okay.
I don't have to go
Yeah.
into ponds and drag corpses out of them. So
No, you make enough to spend $500 on a video game system for adults. I think it's pretty
I
awesome.
said 600, but yeah. Anyway,
600. So there you go.
Doesn't really matter. My wife put it.
Okay.
So I watched Avatar for the first time in a long time.
Avatar, yeah. Did it make you stoked for the new movie coming out?
It did, because I'm going to go see the new movie. I got opening night tickets, IMAX 3D, Universal City Walk,
Yeah.
just because the first one was such an experience. I haven't really seen it since then, but on the bigger TV with the, better, because I've tried to watch it and I'm like, I can't watch this movie sucks, I liked it a lot more than I thought I would, maybe that's biased.
Yeah.
I already got the tickets and stuff, but on a real nice TV and everything, it was great. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Cool, right on.
That's
I haven't seen it since it came. I haven't seen it since it came out. I have no interest in seeing the sequel. I didn't like the first one when it came out. I thought it was pretty bad, and I don't know. I like James. I love James Cameron. I just didn't get it. Just was like, oh my, I don't know. It just
Well,
wasn't
if
for
you
me.
didn't see it in IMAX 3D, then there's not much to it. But if you can see it in IMAX 3D,
Yeah.
like I went and checked, it was the day the tickets were on sale. I was like, oh, there's tickets, I'll grab them. So I'm not looking forward to it in the sense that I have to go there Thursday night at 8 and be in the theater for 3+ hours, but
Yeah.
the first one in IMAX 3D blew my fucking mind. So
Yeah. They haven't really disclosed the budget for this new one, but I've heard, I think James Cameron like went on record and said it has to be like the 6th or 7th highest grossing movie of all time to break even. So they're expecting it to be fucking as big as the first one or bigger.
yeah, because the budget's woven into the next two and stuff. So I would say it's
Yeah.
350, $400 million, but I still think it's gonna make $1 billion running away, like
Well, yeah, it was really popular overseas. This kind of stuff is too. So I'm curious to see that. I wouldn't be surprised though if it also kind of like fell way under expectations, just because it's been so long since a lot of people have seen the original.
I would be surprised if it fell under expectations because everybody in Hollywood's like, we're not releasing our movies this year. Like everybody in Hollywood's like, we're not fucking with that shit, period. Like,
yeah.
so it has no competition whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
didn't realize that.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
It will be interesting to see. I didn't realize that The Postman opened up against it last time.
What did the Postman?
Yeah.
The Kevin Costner one?
No, wait, that was Titanic. Never mind. But I think everybody learned their lesson from that. The Postman opened up against Titanic, and
Yeah.
Okay, no one's doing that ever again.
Right. Well, there's a lot of movies that but also The Postman wasn't really well liked or received anyway. It wasn't like it was a great movie that just got killed by Titanic. It got really badly reviewed too.
I haven't even seen that movie, but it also went up against Titanic.
Right.
Did you know Harrison Ford demanded that Air Force One move out of that holiday weekend because of Titanic? Like apparently fussed to the studio about moving it.
Oh, well, I think Titanic was originally planned for summer of '97, and they moved it to the holiday season because I think they're doing production work. But like Air Force One, what I see?
Yeah,
I watched Bullet Train. Did you see Bullet Train?
No, not yet. My parents liked it. My stepbrother didn't, and so I wasn't interested anyway. Did you like it?
I did like it. Yeah, I thought it was fun. I said they don't really make these kind of movies much anymore. It's like a medium budget movie that's not based on like an old TV show or it's a sequel.
Yeah, it's a new IP.
Prequel, whatever. It's based on like a novel from Japan or something, but it has like a beginning, middle, and end. It's not like a teaser for for the next movie or something. And I was like, it's like a cool medium budget movie. The medium budget was $90 million, which I guess that's a medium budget movie now that like Black Adam costs like 400 fucking million or some shit.
I saw
yeah. Oh, you did?
Did you see that?
You did see Black Adam? No, I did not see Black Adam. How was Black Adam?
You're going to hate Black Adam. I didn't even you're going to hate it.
You didn't like it? You went to go see it at the theater or did you see it at home?
No, I saw it at home. I would not
pirate it?
Yeah, kind of.
How do you feel about that, pirating new movies? Piracy is not a crime. It's not a crime, Lucas.
It's literally not a crime. I don't give a shit.
No, you don't give a shit.
It's like Black Adam. I'm halfway through them. I'm like, I ain't got it. Pay fucking $60 to see this in a theater.
Yeah, I try to go to see the local theater. It's owned by my friend. Like I try to go see anything I have like half an interest in because the movie theaters are struggling now, especially local ones. And like I was playing about, I couldn't if I go see Black Adam, I'm just. I keep talking shit about these DC Marvel movies. I need to stop seeing them. I know it's gonna suck. No one has anything nice to say about it, so it's like, why should I go?
Yeah, and the pirating thing, real quick. We can do a whole episode of this, but I spend a healthy portion of my income on entertainment and going to movies and stuff like that. So if there's a movie I'm interested in, and it comes across Plex, and I can watch it, I'm going to, and I don't feel guilty. It's something I wouldn't watch otherwise.
Oh, I've given my money to so many other movies in the past, so I felt no problem with pirating this other new movie that no one else, that all new people worked on. So.
There have been times in smaller movies where I watched them illegally, and then I bought tickets to the theater that I was never going to, just so they could get tickets to their movie. Does that make sense?
So you buy a ticket to the movie, you don't show up, then you pirate it at home.
I would rather watch it at home than go to the fucking theater. Exactly.
What about the theater experience? You don't even like that anymore?
I like it sometimes, not for some small movie that they don't want to talk about. Look, what movie are we even reviewing right
This week we're reviewing Lethal Weapon, the 1987 Warner Brothers release, directed by Richard Donner, starring Mel Gibson and Danny Glover.
Do you want to do the plot synopsis or should I?
Well, I can do the plot synopsis, sure.
No,
Mel,
I'll do it. No, I'll do it.
okay, go for it.
An aging detective, are they even detectives, is teamed up with a suicidal cop who no one wants to work with because he's either suicidal or psychotic. And they uncover a ring of heroin dealers that have ties to his old Korean War vet. And then action starts.
Very, very good. Very, very
I
excellent.
think that's perfect.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Yeah,
So now, would you consider? Now we're kind of doing this one. We're talking over ones with various ones to pick. Would you consider this movie a Christmas movie?
I'm so tired. I mean, yeah, I would, sure. If you want to consider a Christmas movie, do it. If you don't. It's a movie that takes place during Christmas. Now, is it something I throw on, with put on the fireplace and throw on Lethal Weapon and have all the kids watch it,
Why not?
I mean, people say just because it takes place in Christmas, it's a Christmas movie. A Christmas movie is something that's for the whole family, Like,
yeah.
The whole thing is stupid to me, but I don't care. If your family wants to throw on Die Hard and Lethal Weapon, good. I mean, that's cool, but my family didn't. No family does, really.
Well, maybe the Donners or something, or do. But I think I would definitely consider it a Christmas movie just because every year everyone brings up Die Hard as like Die Hard is a Christmas movie, where this one came out just the year before, and no one seems to remember or bring up that Lethal Weapon takes place at Christmas. There's a lot of it's as much of a Christmas movie as if Die Hard is and Lethal Weapon is.
Maybe it's my cynicism over the years, but I'm so sick of that every fucking year. Die Hard's the best Christmas movie. Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
We only care so people can write little fucking clickbaity articles about it. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. None of this is such a stupid fucking thing that people regurgitate like we're a bunch of flies.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much media, boy, I tell you.
Yeah, you really are in a great mood tonight, man.
I'm in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, I can tell. God, I'm so tired. God, people are fucking stupid. You're just, you're really coming across really well on this show. I'll let you know.
I don't think people are stupid at all. That's not fair. I'm just saying media circle, social media, they just try to get things going and clicky, comedy. And think of it. How are you? What did you think of the movie?
I fucking loved it. I thought it was great. I haven't actually seen it for a while. I mean, I saw it a bunch growing up as a kid. It's like one of my favorite movies as a kid. I had like the VHS and stuff. But it was one of those kind of like 48 Hours when the credit sequence came on and like Jingle Bell Rock starts playing. There's, going over, I think they're like in Steve Industry or something. But anyway, you just tell me the opening credit sequence, like this is a cut above. This is going to be better than most of the shit that we watch on this show. And, I really enjoyed this one watching it, even though I've seen it a bunch of times. What do you think?
No, I liked it very much. Just the opening sequence where she kills herself. That's like one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
Where she jumps to her death and like it looks great, like
yeah.
And like her and like they do research and they like had it or did a matte painting over a cushion.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I was wondering how they did that. I was wondering how they did that. That's a really realistic like fall to your death sequence. Yeah.
They just did basically like photorealistic matte painting over a cushion, and the actress did it herself. And I want to get into this later, but I'll get into it now. That actress was fucking, I never knew this was Kelly. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
My life until I watched it.
Kelly. Yeah, Kelly from Cheers, Woody's girlfriend.
She's great. Yeah. And so yeah, overall the movie is solid. It's not without its issues, but it has way more strengths. It deserves its place and pop culture status,
Sure. Yeah. I do think it's a bit of a cheat for us to cover it though, because would you consider this movie a comedy at all?
And that was my first concern going into it because I don't remember a lot of comedy. But as I'm watching it, the comedy's not as heightened. There's no comedic set pieces, but their banter is funny. It's funny throughout. Once after their first initial meeting, they start giving each other shit. That happens like up until the climax.
Oh yeah, I think these are hands down my favorite buddies that we've covered so far. I love the Riggs and Murtaugh dynamic. I think they're great. Like you can really see it, how the friendship builds there and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, these are probably my favorite buddies, hands down.
I know it's interesting rewatching it because I of course grew up on it like you did, but I haven't seen it in many years because I was so sick of it.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
basically their whole relationship kind of grows over just one day. You know, he teams up with them.
uh,
They go through the day. They do the jump. They do that. He
mhm.
invites him over to
Oh
dinner
yeah,
in the boat. It's all one day. You
that's
know,
one day. Yeah, holy shit,
yeah, they connect, and it's like, and it
that's
works.
believable though. Yeah,
Yeah,
it works.
it's believable. So it's
Well, yeah, and this kind of, well, the reason we wanted to cover it too, because like this kind of launched the like kind of like epitome, like everyone, the quintessential like Lethal Weapon series is kind of the quintessential like buddy action comedy series. So that's why we wanted to cover it. We'll probably cover some of the sequels later on, but yeah, I really liked this movie. I thought it was paced well. The action was pretty fucking great too, as far as looking at some of the other ones. Like I thought the action scenes were really cool, like that the first shootout, like the tree lot, they're selling Christmas
yeah.
trees. That was really intense. I don't know if you know this or care, but the guy that kind of grabs Mel Gibson, holds him, with the gun, says, "All right, I want blah, 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 blah." That's Anthony Kiedis' father, the lead singer of the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay. I thought
A
he
little
looked.
trivia there.
Uh,
Yeah,
I will say, like Mel Gibson, you can totally tell like he overdoes it at times, but
hmm,
his frantic energy, like he's like rolling around, getting up, he's just like fucking a bummer,
yeah,
fucking violent energy is just fucking.
yeah. That's awesome. He acts way crazier in this movie than he did in any of the Mad Max movies.
Yeah, he takes it to the next level. It's just very interesting and great. And then of course their chemistry, their lines, the way they talk, their banter, even though there's a lot of ADR,
Yeah,
but it doesn't matter.
yeah,
It like all works. Like their timing together is insane.
yeah.
They talk
The
over each
chemistry's great.
other, but it's just like feels so natural. It's really,
Hmm.
really
Yeah,
special. And there's a reason why they've made four of these movies,
yeah, and unlike like the Die Hard movies, where it's like, okay, John McClane is now dealing with terrorists again on Christmas again. It just seems very contrived. Where this one, at least they're cops partners working together. They get and you can see them getting in new adventures.
And
Where like John McClane, yeah,
not to go too much on the sequels, but I was thinking about how they never leave LA. Like they could have
yeah,
easily, what if Murdoch and whatever the fuck were in
yeah,
China,
yeah, yeah,
but they
yeah.
never do that. They're in LA in every single movie. They don't bother
Mhm.
with like going to a different city, which would be my first pitch. And they'd probably like, no, we're not doing that. They're staying in LA. Like, all right, Mr. Donner or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Like Richard Donner's direction, I thought was really solid, really good. I think maybe this is one of his best directed movies. Actually, I think he's a pretty good director. He has, classic. This is kind of the series is kind of his baby. I think. Like, well, it's Shane Black and Joel Silver and everybody else, but it's kind of different than a lot of his movies too. Like that opening scene is really like striking and it's kind of trashy a little bit. And like I don't think of like trashy stuff when I think of like Richard Donner.
Yeah, it's pretty gritty and dark. And
Hmm.
who are they? They were going to have, it was Mel Gibson turned down one role to do this, and then the other guy turned down his role to do that, but it worked out.
I'm
Oh,
not.
Die Hard. Yeah. That's the
Oh,
rumor,
Bruce Willis.
is that Bruce
That
Willis
guy.
turned this down to do Die Hard, and Mel Gibson
Yeah.
turned down Die Hard to do this.
I could see that. Joel Silver produced both movies, so I could see them kind of like both projects were going on probably kind of around the same time. So
But they're both great. Um, so my issues don't come in until pretty much
Mhm.
the end, except for I really love how the biggest, baddest dude in the movie, which of course is
Mhm.
what's his fucking
Gary
name?
Busey.
Gary Busey, and his name is
Yeah,
Joshua. And they make a note of
Joshua.
calling him Joshua all the time. Like,
Yeah,
no,
Joshua.
where's Joshua? Did we get Joshua?
I was thinking. Yeah, this was kind of a comeback for him. Actually, he was nominated for an Oscar for the Buddy Holly story. He wasn't really in anything. He never played a bad guy before, so it was kind of almost like a crazy casting choice. But I love the fight in the rain with him and Mel Gibson at the end. I was thinking to myself, like,
Can you stop it? It's not rain. It's the fire hydrant.
oh, it's fire hydrant. Well, whatever. Anyway, I love those. I was thinking to myself, so let's get the two fucking craziest guys in Hollywood to fight each other because it's well known that Mel Gibson and Gary Busey are a little eccentric to say the least. So.
Oh yeah, eccentric's the right word. I was watching with my wife, like she was like, they would never let them just fight. All the cops are
Oh
like,
yeah,
then I was thinking about it and I was like, I don't know. The LAPD does some pretty fucked up shit. They have
oh
like,
yeah, yeah. They were beating Rodney King to death on the side of the road. Like they're
I would
yeah.
have
But
been
I did love.
surprised if they were like, you killed two of our people.
Yeah.
Let's just let him fight. He wants to fight him. Let's let him fight.
Well, Murtaugh does have a throwaway line where he's just like, I'm Sergeant Murtaugh. I'm taking complete control of the situation. I've got, I'm letting him do that. So they kind of did that a little
But
bit.
then they undercut it with
that.
the actual person coming there, and then he explains it to her, and they're like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole thing is fucking ridiculous, but it's fine. It's entertaining. It was the 80s. And so the ending is where I have issues. Like they're like, yeah, the climax. They're like, they think they kill Riggs, fine, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then they kidnap Murdoch. How do you pronounce it? Murtaugh?
Murtaugh.
With the
Yeah.
They kidnap Murtaugh's daughter, take her to the desert.
Yeah.
Like, meet us in the deserts. And we're gonna come there with an army. We're gonna meet you there.
Well, where is that desert? Because so they go to the desert, then they come back to Hollywood Boulevard because that's where that nightclub scene where they're torching him underneath this nightclub scene. It's right in Hollywood Boulevard. So like, where is that? Yeah.
I know it's an action movie. We're all having a good time here, but it's ridiculous. Like, what is their plan? Why did they even kidnap her daughter? Why did they kidnap him? They're this big organization. What are they afraid of? Why don't they just grab him? I know that he has
kidnap.
But
yeah.
What they could kidnap her and make him come to Hollywood. They don't need to do all this shit. It's fucking really.
Well, they need a damsel in distress. That always works for these movies and stuff. And a lot of times it's very contrived why they have to kidnap the girl and don't kill her and all this other stuff. But I guess they wanted to they need to know what Michael Hunsaker said to Murtaugh.
I know.
So they're gonna torture him out of him. That's the thinking anyway. So.
It's still pretty ridiculous. Just for the set pieces and the visuals.
Oh yeah.
You're making a movie, but it's like.
After I moved to LA, to think that there's like some torture guys, like white, like heroin dealers under Hollywood Boulevard, like doing this shit, like knowing where that's at and stuff. I was like, wow, But
no, when you move to LA, I'm like, I'm sure we've talked about this where they jumped to
location jumping. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. But you wouldn't know that. No one, most of the country wouldn't know it. So
Also it was funny, like he brings out a grenade. He's like faced with a helicopter and all these people.
Oh yeah, he has a grenade. He's bluffing.
Back off and let him kill himself, like
sure thing, pal. It's alive. That's what he said.
Then when the grenade actually goes off, it just makes a small explosion. I'm like,
what's a fake grenade?
His grenade.
It's like it's fake grenade. Yeah, it's a smoker. Yeah, he's like, that's what Gary Busey, Joshua says. It's a smoker. Go get, he was bluffing, Okay.
Well, even then, a real grenade wouldn't kill everybody there. They're not.
It wouldn't blow up a helicopter, and it would kill some people, but like it would, if they all got guns, it wouldn't be. You could just shoot them and then just run for cover,
Yeah, exactly. But back in the day, grenades were magical weapons in movies.
Create fireballs, which grades do not, that always throws me off in movies and stuff. What I sent you there was not very people know, like there's actually a music video song tie-in.
But I didn't watch what you sent me, but that's that's part for the course.
Of course, you never do, yeah.
I did see that. I did not know Eric Clapton was involved with the song and all that. Was he in the music video you sent me?
No, and it's a shame you didn't check that one out because that's what I was going to bring up. But yeah, Eric Clapton did the music with the all that guitar riff for. I think he's like Michael Kamen does like the saxophone for Murtaugh, and Eric Clapton does like the guitar for Riggs. So it's almost like a Peter and the Wolf thing. One's Murtaugh's a saxophone and Gibson is the guitar. But the thing I said to you is there was a tie-in song. We talked about like these movies having these tie-in songs where they say that the title is the title of the song. And it's by this like glam rock band called Honeymoon Suite, and it's called Lethal Weapon. And it was the music video like features clips from the movie and stuff, but it's a pretty terrible fucking song. Sometimes love can be a lethal weapon. And you can tell when filmmakers have no faith in this like song that the studio is forcing them to put in the movie when they put it at the very bottom of the end of the end credits. Like it's just like the last like 15 seconds before the final Warner Brothers logo scrolls up. But I just found it really amusing because I like when they tie in a song, to these things.
I did also like that what's it called? the name of the movie was in it. You're like some kind of lethal weapon.
Weapon. Yeah, yeah. I love that too. They have to like name it, you know. Looks like this is gonna be a long kiss goodnight, you know. Which I don't know why that's the name of that movie.
Also forgot, like they mentioned all these things that they kind of abandoned in future movies, like you're a Thai martial artist, all this stuff, like they'd say all these things.
Yeah.
And they don't really.
Look, you're into jujitsu and all this shit, right? Looks like you're gonna be registered as a lethal weapon. Can I ask you, have you now for a long time I just bought the DVD, I had the director's cut, which I had like that was my only copy of Lethal Weapon for a while. So I remember watching. Have you ever seen the director's cut?
I don't know.
Well, it includes like scenes that aren't, in the theatrical release.
Like what?
Well, one of them is there's a school shooter early on with a rig scare before he meets Murtaugh. There's a school shooter which is like climbed like a tower at some like kids school and is like shooting kids. And Mel Gibson just walks in with like a pistol. And they're like, "Get down, Riggs, get down!" And he just, just walking in there, and he just like loads his gun and just is like, "Okay, pal, how about you try it with me?" Says one of those things. And the guy's like, "Fuck you!" And he just like Miggs blows him away with his handgun while he's like stuck away in the tower. It's a pretty melodramatic scene, but that's what Danny Glover's referring to when there's scenes like that was some pretty heroic shit you did yesterday. He's not talking about the whole Christmas tree lot scene with the drug dealers. He's talking about the kids thing. But I think the scene was edited out. There was a reason. It's just a little too melodramatic, a little too over the top. Plus, it's a better reveal with Gibson. You don't know he's a cop because when he wakes up until you're not supposed to know he's a cop anyway until he pulls the gun on the guys at the drug deal.
Yeah.
So.
I have not seen that scene. It was not in the version I watched.
Okay.
Now, is that a true director's cut or is it just the extended cut so they can throw more shit out to sell more DVDs and shit?
You never know with those things, especially like with DVDs, like in the mid 2000s when everything was like the extreme cut, the this cut, the that cut, so it could be director. So I think that the movie is better as is, without the extra scenes.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty lean movie. I wouldn't have wanted to add a school shooting and it's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Are you maybe throw in a school shooting? Who knows? It's always, it's always fun to throw that stuff in there.
Huh.
Now, do you recognize the guy that tortures Mel Gibson? Of course, there has to be a torture sequence because it's a Shane Black movie. They had tortured him. The Asian guy, that's Al Leong. Do you recognize him? Because he's in every fucking like 80s action movie.
Well, of course I recognize him, but he's a character actor, so he's like, I recognize that guy.
Yeah. Usually doesn't have any lines, but he's in like, Die Hard, Action Jack. He's just like in so many of these fucking movies. And he has like a small, as well as like character actors that has like a small cult following, like Dick Miller or something.
What is he doing now?
I don't know. I think he still pops up here and there. I think he's more of like a stunt coordinator now. So that's kind of his gig.
Yeah, always great to see him though. Always great to see.
Yeah. Always great to see Al Leong. I always joke. Al Leong, yeah.
Al Leong.
Leong.
Al Leong.
Yep. Yeah, you got it.
Yep. No, big fan.
Sweet. You'll see him more now.
And what would you rate Lethal Weapon on a buddy comedy action movie? Keep in mind, it's buddy comedy movie.
Well, I would say this would be a 5-star review, but I'm gonna have to give it 4.5 because the laughs aren't there, but doesn't take away from how good the movie is usually, or would be. So yeah, I think this is a very solid movie, well directed, well acted, well, everything. I thought this is as good as it gets basically, but yeah, not too many laughs, but
Yeah, I agree. I would give it 4.5 as a buddy action comedy and a solid 4 as a fucking action movie. I mean, it's iconic.
Yeah,
it deserves its status. The leads are great. The part 2, I think, is like a 5-star. I haven't seen it in a while. We'll do it. So I wonder if and that's got to, because that's when it really finds itself as the comedy solidifies,
Once they introduce the character of Joe Pesci, I think then it really becomes kind of a buddy action comedy kind of thing. Yeah. So anything left on Lethal Weapon? Any final thoughts?
Let's see, notes. I think I got all my notes. Yeah, no, I'm noted out. Do you have any more notes?
I think that's about it. I think I covered it up. So I guess we're going to say, do it, Lethal Weapon. We liked it a lot. Are we even doing that? Would it leave on your soul shit anymore? Is that segment kind of phased out?
Well, that's what I was going to ask, Kenny. What did this movie do to you? How did it change your soul? What imprint did it leave on your everlasting being?
Um,
Rewatching it
Gosh,
this time, rewatching it this.
what I want rewatching it this time, I would say that everything Mel Gibson's done in the past is forgiven. I forgive it because of the first Lethal Weapon movie. He is just, he's okay. He didn't do anything wrong, and everyone just needs to, give him a break.
I will say one thing I pulled from is I forget how great Danny
Mhm.
Glover is. He
Yeah,
really,
it's great, man. Yeah,
even though Mel Gibson's the lethal weapon, Danny Glover doesn't care. You
well,
know,
their relationship makes the fucking movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's like such a great aging everyman.
Hmm.
Any bigger of an ego, they could have clashed, but he was like, I'm just going to be the great actor I always am, and not what.
Right. Yeah, no, he's terrific in this. They both are and stuff. Now there is talk of Lethal Weapon 5 being in production or development at this stage. They've talked about it for a long time. It's gone back and forth, but it's supposedly, I don't know, but supposedly Mel Gibson promised like Richard Donner on his deathbed. Richard Donner just died recently. That he would make Lethal Weapon 5 happen somehow, either produce or direct it or just get it going. But I was thinking though that like in this movie, like he's saying, I'm getting too old for this shit. He's like supposed to be 50.
Yeah.
So Murtaugh would be 85 now. Like
He wouldn't be able to be in the action. He would be the guy they visit in the hospice or the home or something like that.
right. Something like that. Well, yeah, but they'd have to be together and doing some sort of action stuff. It could be like the old expendable guys just sitting in cars shooting guns at people. I mean, they could
No,
still
I mean,
sit
Danny
and fire
Glover
a gun.
literally can't do any of the he literally can't
Well, I'm saying he could sit in a car and shoot people.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if he could do that. He's fucking, like you said, 85. That's
Yeah.
old age. It's not like you can go on set for 12 hours a day in the middle of the night.
Yeah. I told you 35 fucking years ago, I'm getting too old for this goddamn shit. Like, God.
But what do I know? Hey,
Right.
I would like to see another one, even though every single one's
I
turns.
well, that's like the new Indiana Jones, but you can say the same thing about fucking Harrison Ford. He's like 80 something. But my thing is like, well, a new Indiana Jones movie comes out like once every 15 years. It's not like they're just pumping them out all the time. So I'm gonna see it. Did you see the trailer for the new Indiana Jones movie by chance?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. What'd you think?
I don't know. I like the director. It wasn't like I wasn't like they nailed it. Can't wait to see it. It looked good and colorful and big budget and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
Oh,
Phoebe Jones,
yeah.
Walker, whatever her name is.
Yeah. Apparently, like when they were developing Lethal Weapon 5, like 15 years ago for the first time, like, the first development, Mel Gibson had just seen Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And he was like, no, that was like embarrassing. That was desperate. Like, I'm getting out of Lethal Weapon 5. Fuck this. Like, I don't want to embarrass myself like Harrison Ford just did.
And do you want to go over box office real quick before we get out of here?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Well, it did pretty well. I mean, like on a $15 million budget, I think it made like 135 worldwide, which is great. Well, really good. But it did great on home videos. One of those movies that did awesome on home video. So when Lethal Weapon 2 came out, it was a fucking smash. So yeah, like it's very solid numbers in like the top 10 of that year, but it wasn't like the huge success that the 2 and actually 3 too was a huge smash.
Right. And didn't the home video box office, isn't that why they got a sequel? Like it wasn't necessarily a lock.
Well, it was they wanted to do it, but it wasn't until like it got so popular on home video, like the rental back in the day when rentals were really huge. Yeah, it did awesome on home video and like cable and stuff too.
And you were talking about how you're glad he got forgiven for his anti-Semitic rants and racist rant. And there were a few other people you were talking about earlier who you think should be let off the hook for their anti-Semitic behavior. I think you started.
Yeah.
Do you want to go over those real quick?